Members of the Effingham County Board of Education, Superintendent of Effingham County Schools, Dr. Randy Sherrouse, Effingham County High School Principal, Mrs. Amy Dickerson, Effingham College and Career Academy Principal, Mr. Ashley Kiefer, faculty and supporting staff of Effingham County High School and Effingham College and Career Academy, distinguished guests, family, friends, and most importantly, members of the class of 2020. Good evening. I am Clark Heller, class president of the Effingham County High School's class of 2020. Tonight, I have the distinct honor and privilege to welcome you to the first ever and hopefully last virtual graduation ceremony at Effingham County High School. I know this is not the graduation that any of us expected. However, we should feel very blessed that the school's administration and faculty have gone above and beyond to make these last few weeks as memorable as possible. Some of us have gone to school together since pre-K, and others joined our class just a few months ago. The one thing we all have in common is that we are members of the class of 2020, one which will never, ever be forgotten. We are about to also become members of a very large and select group. We will be joining the Effingham County High School alumni community. None of us knows what the next weeks, months, or years hold for this world. However, I encourage you to look towards a Bible verse, which I find very fitting for this time, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. In closing, I'd like to say congratulations, and as always, go Rebels!
Members of the Effingham County Board of Education, Superintendent of Effingham County Schools, Dr. Randy Sherrouse, Effingham County High School Principal, Miss Amy Dickerson, Effingham County College and Career Academy Principal, Mr. Ashley Kiefer, faculty and supporting staff of Effingham County High School and Effingham College and Career Academy, distinguished guests, family, and friends, thank you for being here on this very special day. When I entered high school, I knew little more than cross multiplication and not to stick crayons up my nose. But along with the textbook knowledge that high school had to offer, I've had experiences that have taught me just as much, if not more, than anything that I've taken notes on. As an underclassman, Friday night games became a pivotal experience. I relished everything there, from watching my football team to making friends that I'm still close with, and even being able to witness that one parent who just knew the rest were wrong about that holding call. During those nights, the upperclassmen taught me a sense of community and how to pass on a legacy of having a good time. Everything from their eccentric dances to their amusing pranks showed me that high school was teeming with so much more than just tedious classwork. As I transitioned into an upperclassman, I came to the realization that it was my turn to pass on the torch. With new waves of underclassmen coming into the school, I learned from my past experiences, but gained wisdom as well. The freshmen brought with them new challenges that I had never faced before. I never quite imagined myself having to mediate a heated argument over something as arbitrary as who's better at Fortnite. Nevertheless, that was the kind of learning experience that prepared me for the unexpected. Speaking of the unexpected, how about this virus? I doubt any of us expected our senior year to end like this, but here we are. While it's easy to be bitter about our senior year being tarnished, it also reminds me of what I've learned because of high school. I've learned to savor every moment, good or bad, because I may never hold that experience again. To the class of 2020, I implore each of you to rest your pessimism and appreciate what you do have. Think of these circumstances as a learning experience upon which you can use to better not only yourself, but the world around you. Thank you.
Members of the Effingham County Board of Education, Superintendent of Effingham County Schools, Dr. Randy Sherrouse, Effingham County High School Principal, Mrs. Amy Dickerson, Effingham College and Career Academy Principal, Mr. Ashley Kiefer, faculty and supporting staff of Effingham County High School and Effingham College and Career Academy, distinguished guests, family, and friends. I'm sure that no one thought this is how our senior year would turn out. We all thought that we were going to be walking across the stage on May 22nd, and that would be that. But that is not how it turned out. Amid this pandemic, we have had to stay in our homes for weeks on end. We had to completely change how we ran our schools, putting all of it online. We've been bored out of our minds, and we have been craving to go out with our friends. After all, binge-watching Tiger King can only last you so long, and you can only watch so many TikToks of the Savage Challenge before it gets old. So much has been taken away from us. But for the safety of the world, we stayed inside so that we would have the chance to go out again. Yes, it is bad, and it is not at all what we expected. But there is good news. One day, we will be able to go out again. We will all go and see a movie with our friends and have dinner. Imagine the first time you see your best friend after all of this is over. You'll be so delighted to see them again and hang out with them because of all the time away from each other. We still need to hold on to hope that we can have a live graduation and our prom. I feel that if we give up hope, then they might as well already be canceled. While writing, I reached out to my teachers to see how they felt about the situation with COVID-19, and I would like to share what they told me. Most of the people that replied to me wrote about how challenging this whole situation is. Teachers told me how vastly different and difficult online and distant learning is. Teachers have missed their students so much because the most they have seen their students is 20 minutes once a week on video chat. But it has also been tough for us students. We had to completely change how we learned in the matter of a couple of days. No longer could we easily just raise our hands to ask questions and have face-to-face conversations with our teachers. Many teachers said that they were sad that we were unable to finish the year together. Some commented that we may be able to return to normal, but that it will not be the same normal as before. The America we knew will never be the same. A lot of people had very conflicting emotions. They see this time as serious and very uncertain, but they are grateful for the time that they have been able to spend with their families and the slower pace of life that they have experienced. Many told me about the vast responses they have seen to this time, some heartwarming, others saddening, and some even sickening. They applauded us students for being strong and resilient during this time. One of my teachers told me he saw this as an opportunity for us all to see what really matters in our lives. It is not going out, but it is the people in our lives. It is learning what we can do without. Many focused on how we're all going through this together. I also reached out to a lot of my friends, some younger, some graduating this year, and some already into college. One of my friends said this: "None of the seniors from this year remember the terrorist attacks of 9/11. My generation was the first generation where children learned about 9/11 as a historical event that happened before they were born. None of us remember it, but we will all remember this pandemic for the rest of our lives. It goes to show just how fleeting time is and how quickly it can pass by." Others expressed how scared and anxious they were during this time, but still, all of them were looking for the positives and using this time to better themselves and their relationships. We're making the best of this situation. Everyone is going to know what the class of 2020 went through, the obstacles and hurdles we have had to overcome, all that we have lost, how we triumphed in this trying time. To the class of 2020, I would like to say that we have been through so much these last couple of years, especially in these last few months. I'm certain that after all this is over, we can all go out into the world and succeed in whatever we do. Finally, I would like to say thank you. Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to my mom, dad, and sister for always supporting me. Thank you to my friends for always being around me and having a good time. Thank you to all my teachers for your hard work and helping me. Thank you to my family for always believing in me. And thank you to all the frontline workers who are risking their lives every day so that we can all stay safe during this pandemic.
Congratulations to this year's seniors of Effingham County High School. Today I'm speaking to you from the Honey Ridge Agri Center and standing among the magnificent live oaks that have withstood the test of time. These majestic, time-tested trees have survived major obstacles including thunderstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes, major world conflicts, and a host of diseases that threaten to take away their splendor and vitality. However, these live oaks, known for its stamina, strength, and ability to tolerate the fiercest storms, continue to stand tall against each of Mother Nature's aggressions. A few years ago, my family and I were visiting Boston, Massachusetts, and we visited the USS Constitution, the world's oldest commissioned naval vessel. We learned that the ship, which had seen more than its fair share of battles, had actually been built with Georgia live oaks. Stories were told of cannonballs hitting the side of the ship and bouncing off as though the ship were made of iron. The ship's structural strength and resilience eventually led her nickname of Old Ironsides. Today I encourage you to be just like these magnificent oaks here at Honey Ridge. Embrace a spirit of tenacity. Allow yourself to develop the mental and physical toughness to overcome personal obstacles and prepare yourselves for life's necessary battles. I know that COVID-19 has certainly changed the face of normalcy for us as the traditions and customs we're familiar with have been radically altered these past several weeks. Many of these changes have stirred feelings of anxiety and stress, but I want to personally thank you for enduring each of the necessary adjustments and making the most of a difficult situation. To be completely honest, COVID-19 will be just one of the many challenges you face in life. But just like these live oaks here at Honey Ridge, you can survive the trials and tribulations of life. Adversity can easily shift our line of vision towards the negative. Be aware of this tendency and aim to look at your glass as being half full instead of half empty. You should always ask yourself what good can be made out of a bad situation. With COVID-19, many have locked their focus on daily medical statistics, the downward turn in the economy, and their frustration with the mandated quarantine. Societal tensions have started to rise, and many wonder whether life as we've known it will return in the coming months. These are valid concerns, but there's another side to this coin. Many have pointed out positive changes to the environment, including clearer water and cleaner air. Countless families have tuned in to the enjoyment of spending more time together, reigniting hobbies and passions, and slowing down just a little to actually have meaningful conversations, play games, or go on long walks. Of course, some parents might argue they've had too much together time with their children, especially when it involved motivating them to do their schoolwork. Many parents have expressed a newfound appreciation for teachers, especially parents frustrated with math lessons. I'm not sure what it is about math, but it seems there's always a new way of teaching it, even though 2 plus 2 is still 4, or at least I think that's the case. One of the Beatles' most popular songs, Let It Be, was written by Paul McCartney about his mother imparting words of wisdom to encourage him to face and overcome the difficulties of life. The song includes the lyrics, "And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me." We all face cloudy nights in the form of struggles, frustrations, and disappointments, but there's always a light shining on us, reminding us that the clouds will part and the sun will shine. Lean on that optimism when facing hard times. Look for the good, because no matter the situation, the good is always waiting for you to find it. Paul McCartney's mother died of cancer when he was just 14, but since then he has relied on her words and memory to help get him through life. Several years ago, I was intrigued by an article I read about Governor Zell Miller's funeral. Some of you may not remember much about Governor Miller, but I can promise you that you will appreciate him as the founder of the Hope Scholarship. At the funeral, Governor Miller's grandson read some advice his grandfather had left to his family when he turned 70. These are 14 lessons he wanted them to remember and embrace as they journeyed through life. Number 1, do not be afraid to fail while going after something you really want. You will always learn from it. Never give up. Persistence will overcome everything else. I guarantee it. If you listen more than you talk, you will not only learn more, but people will think you are smarter, not dumber than you really are. For every action, there is a consequence, always, good or bad. Use frequently but sincerely the words, I'm sorry, thank you, and I love you. Being on time will be noted and will always impress people. A person who is always late is a selfish person. Being mentally tough will help you more in life than being physically tough. Whiners are terrible people to be around. Don't be one. Notice and appreciate what makes your heart leap up. If nothing does, examine your life because something is missing. Search for your niche. Find something you can do better or easier than other people, and you will be successful. From time to time, make yourself do something you don't really want to do. Smoking, or in today's world, vaping, will shorten your life. Family and home are important. One must remember that where we came from, and who suffered or sacrificed to get us where we are. Those who teach lessons are not smart or know everything. They've just lived a long time. And number 14, keep a good sense of humor and laugh at yourself more than you do others. Over the next several weeks and days, I want to encourage friends, parents, grandparents, and other family members to write down some words of wisdom for our graduates of 2020. My mom always includes words of wisdom for me along with a scripture when she gives me a card. The words passed down might not immediately be cherished, but later in life, these words will certainly help when faced with difficulties. Don't forget to add some humor to your advice. Life's too short to not have a little fun. In closing, congratulations once again to our Effingham County School District graduates of 2020. You are surviving COVID-19, possibly your first hurdle of life. May your life be richly blessed, and may you truly make this world a better place by doing as much good as you can possibly do. Thank you.
Ebony Princess Addison, Cody Cheyenne Alaman, Maria Fernanda Amarante Santos, Jacob Allen Anderson, Austin Lewis Arnsdorf, Sierra Mackenzie Baker, Garen Chan Ballard, Devontra Tyshawn Bartley, Gabrielle Celeste Batterton, Kiera Elizabeth Bauman, Samuel Bautista Lopez, Kelly Alyssa Bazemore, Colby Joshua Beard, Ellie Kate Bennett, Haley Ann Bernacki, Christian Michael Bird, John Robert Elijah Blakely, Corbin Alexander Blanchette,
Ramon Dominique Bolden,
Tyler Lorenzo Boone, Brandon Mitchell Bowers, Anthony Vashon Marquois Bauman, Stephen Joseph Boyles, Tyler Elizabeth Boyles, Julianne Desiree Boyson, Alexandria Renee Bradshaw, Reagan Marie Brockett, Cassidy Virginia Lee Brown,
Philip Nicholas Brown, Jr.,
Jaquez Malik Brown,
Benjamin Herbert Brumbelow III, Clayton Anthony Bryant,
Walter Henry Burns, Dixie Faith Burnsed, Jake Carey Burnsed, Alexander Martin Calhoun, Jacob Alexander Callis, Cameron James Camp, Martin Lanier Carper, Caitlin Shea Carter, Nathan Roger Kaysen, Jacob Ryan Cassidy, Christian Guillermo Sendejas,
Thomas Shane Shabu,
Catherine Matty Chafin, Zachary Lee Chance, Hannah Marie Chance, Daniel Siplu, Elijah Andrew Clark, Anthony Edward Clark,
J.C. Georgiana Coleman,
Garrett Austin Coleman, Alyssa Leanne Collins, Crystal Michelle Collins, Shalisha Amiel Cook, Rachel Michaela Cooler, Michael Logan Cordell, Graham Alexander Corliss, Jonathan William Corliss, William Ryan Cribbs, Jonathan Dylan Croft, Dakota Lee Crooms, Simone Rose Dandridge, Brandon Lee Darden, Jamari Darius Davis, Destiny Nicole Davis, Christina Ann Davis, Jackson Connor Dawes, John Vanell Deacon, Elizabeth Grace Deal, Emily Nicole DeVischer,
Yasmin Ariana DeVore,
Alex Gabriel Diaz, Dylan Curtis Dickerson, Nathan Drew Dickey, Gavin Oliver Dixon, Janiyah Nitavis Dallas Dixon, Dayton Lee Dixon, Amelia Lane Dixon, Torrance Javon Dorsey, Emily Marie Driggers, Zamir Malik Dukes, Jaden Antonio Dukes, Simeon Ryan Edenfield, Victoria Gabrielle Edmondson, Junior Walt Edwards, Caleb Christopher Edwards, Elijah James Ellis, Andrew James English, Audrey Gray Erskine, Amy Jasmine Escobar, Merritt Ellison Evans, Samantha K. Evans, Cody Wyatt Everett, Patrick Kelly Fansler,
Pilar Alexandra Fernandez,
Willie Wade Farrell, Alexander Gabriel Foss, Anastasia Monet Frazier, Julia Busaba French, Haley Grace Frost, Zachary Taylor Fulton, Joe Edward Fussin, Nikos Levon Gadsden, Jacob Gadsden, Ariana Deshay Gant, Kentrell Darnell Gant, Montrell Stanley Gant, Marcial Garcia, Jonathan Garcia Trujillo, Jennifer Garcia Trujillo, Cameron Douglas Garvin, Tamisha Lania Garvin,
Frances Juliana Gaskin,
Zachary Tyler Gatewood, Gavin Reed Gelderman, Johnny James Gilmore, Tyrone Tanae Marie Glover, Ashlyn Nicole Goff, Andrew Louis Gonzalez, Janae Abriana Gonzalez, Alexis Nicole Grandstrom, Anna Marie Graves, Nathan Carl Green, Abigail Alexis Greenleaf, Samuel Thomas Griffin, Raquela Celia Griffin, Aaliyah Simone Griffin, Victoria Ann Gunn, Tristan Blake Hannafin, Josephine Rose Hand, Macy K. Harden, Olivia Shannon Harders, Christopher Jeremy Hardy, Chris Tyler Hawkins, Joshua Thomas Hames, Clark Allen Heller, Alexis Nicole Helmley, Kenneth Jackson Hendricks, Adondria Sakol Hicklin, Brandon Jamal Hicklin, Andrew Hunter Hickman, Jessica Marie Hillis, Kristen Nicole Hint, Nicholas Edward Hodges, Matthew Hunter Charles Holton, Jalen Savion Hopkins, Trenton Matthew Andre Houston, Sandra Sage Hudson, Stephen Austin Hutchison, Mark Joseph Jackson, Hillary Alexis Jackson, Catherine Grace Jackson, Kendall Andrew Jackson, Alexis Danielle Jacques, Abby Page Jarman, Cameron Devonte Jowden, Luke Samuel Jenkins, Haley Ann Jenkins, Kirsten Ann Marie Johnson, Aria Victoria Elaine Johnson, Eric Schuyler Johnson, Francis Mackenzie Johnson, Aubrey Makia Johnson, Michael Anthony Johnson, Dustin Christopher Johnson, DeAndre Thomas Johnson, Sheffron LeVar Joyner, James Michael Jolin, Austin Christopher Jones, Danielle Ray Jones, Emily Nicole Justice, Kelly Nicole Kaiser, Shernard Kendall Kearney, Justin Thomas Kelly, Jasmine Ayana Kennedy, Skylar Kennett, Jalon Shamar Kent, Aniston Elizabeth Kersey, Mackenzie Elizabeth Kersey, Shanacy Paradise Kicklighter, Jordan Brooke Kicklighter, Olivia Ree Kicklighter, Jachana Michael Kirkland, Trenton Lee Kirkland, Kenesha Ariana Kitchen, Bailey Claire Kraus, Kevin Andrew Kurtz, Pearl Jasmine Lamb, Savannah Brooke Landis, Christopher Scott Larson, Abigail Christine Lasley, Paris Rebecca Laudermilk, Kennedy Marie Lawrence, Jeremy Robert Lawson, Janae Marie Lee, Richard Warren Lee, Isabella Grace Leverett, Mary Catherine Levesque, Krista Claire Lewis, Madison Riley Lewis, Mallory Renee Little, Victoria Lynn Lockwood, Cameron Nicole Long, Grayson Nella Loper, Leanna Catrice Lopez,
Brendan Jeremy Luigi,
Jose Luis Lugo, Makala Nicole Lumpkin,
James Anthony Allen Gurule Lopica,
Nathaniel Ray Lynch, Zachary Blake Maddox,
Carson Keith Meyer,
Anaya Renee Marshall, Annalise Marie Martin, Taylor Elizabeth Maston, Andrew Gregory McClinton, Savannah Faye McCollum, Timothy Andrew McCormick, Austin Dale Mueller, Oscar Ronald Medrano, Laura Rose Metler, Janez Nikel Mickle, Hunter Alexander Miles, Jackson Garrett Miller, Caleb James Page Miller, Bailey Nicole Milton, Stephen Jeffrey Monaco, Destiny Jemiah Montgomery, Brianna Nicole Moore, Wyatt Joseph Moore, Jason Marcus Morgan, Raquel Anna Mossholder, Rakia Lene Mungin, Brooklyn Faith Myrick, Mason Roy Neese, Sydney Grace Newberry, Kaylee Nicole Newman, Matthew Brandon Newman, Jewel Marie Newman, Justin Caleb Nixon, Kiara Karen O'Banner, Malcolm Cole Oliver, Ashley Savannah Olson, Colin Matthew Olson, Elizabeth Paige Owens, Grace Elizabeth Owens Gone, Shamar Devon Owens Westbrook, Clayton Nicholas Papp, Faith Kathleen Parr, Reneza Jamira Paul, Hannah Elizabeth Peoples, Lance Taylor Perkins, Aaron Brooke Peavy, Giuseppe Antonio Donatello Pintingaro, Deborah Lynn Poole, Lakota Devon Powell, Treyon Omari Priester, Haley Lynn Ran, Logan Clyde Ran, Mary Grace Ran,
Elena Bree Races,
Christian Pamela Ratliff, Aaron Matthew Redding, Cheyenne Gabriel Redhead, Selena Marie Reeves, Donna Lynn Rett, Garrett Wade Rhodes,
Hallie Elizabeth Ricker,
Sabrina Patrice Ridgely Thornton,
Keosha Jabri Rivers,
David Ethan Robb, Xavion Foster Robertson, Kaylee Brielle Roberts, Carson Drake Roberts, Azaria Tylasha Robinson, Christopher Brandon Rodella, Catherine Carol Roddenbow, Melanie Janelle Rodriguez Correa, Bailey Ann Romer, Mia Lily Rosenstiel, Carolyn Marie Roundtree, Noah Elton Spencer Rowe, Justin Michael Roy, Zachary Thomas Russell, Devont Marquez Sams, Jerica Maria Sanchez,
Bryant Trayvon Sanders,
Ryan Cody Shank, Jason Ryan Schimmel, Emily Sarah Schmidt,
Haley Rebecca Scholes,
Randy Jamal Scott, Delaney Marie Scott, Mara Lynn Screen, Michaela Marie Sykes, Peyton Elise Sykes, Cassandra Renee Slatton, Trinity Corin Smith, Molly Ann Smith, Madison Nicole Smith, Summer Grace Smith, Jeremiah Timothy Solomon,
Skylar Brianna Solt,
Ethan Christopher Sowers, Avery Rebecca Spradley, Jeremy Douglas Stacy, Victoria Faith Stanley, Randall Anthony Stanley, Dominic Michael Stasola, Charity Michelle Steiner, Haley Nicole Stellhorn, Madison Elaine Stewart, Dawson Christopher Larry Stone, Catherine Jean Stone, Bryson McKinley Stone, Abigail Lauren Stoner, Makiri Andre Street,
Jakira Regina Strobhart,
Matthew Caleb Tackett, Hannah Seabrook Taylor, Zachary Rowland Thomas, Caitlin Nicole Thompson, Tyler Avery Thompson, Imani Jada Thompson, Baylor Allen Thompson, Zachary Clinton Thompson, Ian J. Tillman, Michelle Elizabeth Tucker, Kristen Avery Tucker, Gunnar Daniels Tyson, Abigail Valenzuela Ramirez, Ian Calais Vasquez Narvaez, Nylin Vega Ortiz, Deliana Yvette Veras, Sydney Lee Villarreal,
Andrea Julianne Villatoro,
James Allen Walden, Jessica Lauren Wall, William Scott Wallace, Takara D'Angela Wallace,
Shabria Janae Wallace,
Tyler Layton Ward, Agi Rosanna Washington, Dekez Dion Washington, Robert David Watford, Kirian Ashanta Watson, Adriana Evelyn Watson, Reese Morgan Weber, Mackenzie Lee Wegman, Chase Wesley Whiteman, Austin Michael Westerman, Haley Alexis White, Aaliyah Marie Whitehead, Annabelle Grace Witten, Justin Tyler Wilcox, Sydney Isabel Wilkinson, Zamira Denacia Williams, Amaria Nijay Williams, John James Williams, Connor Thomas Doss Wilson, Carly Noel Wilson, Ashley Marie Wilson, Ryan Michael Wingfield, Miranda Page Wolf-Schlosser, Jalen Daniel Wright, Haley Marie Wright, Baron Antonio Wright, Donovan James Humans, Megan Liberty Zeldenrust, Amanda Kaylee Zoll.
Please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, by the power vested in me by the Superintendent, Dr. Randy Strauss, and members of the Board of Education, I now declare you graduates of Effingham County High School for 2020. You may move your tassels at this time.